down by the huge siege tank line over here. This must be so frustrating. There's even a planetary fortress here with SCVs just completely queued up in there. The DTs moving forward again, going to be taking out a couple of units, advancing into this expansion. The SCVs getting pulled off the line, and the DTs just going to work on that one. A missile turret going to be doing some damage to this expansion. However, all the SCVs are just going to transfer over to the gold expansion. The Vikings landing over here will be able to do some damage to the Nexus. Zeri doesn't look like he's even going to try to save it. He's just got his Colossus over here. Going to be chrono boosting his gateways, trying to get out a bunch of units. He's got 2,000 money in the bank. If he can just max out and try to push against this army, charge a lot Templar, maybe do some massive damage and be able to break out of here and take some bases for himself and re-secure this expansion. It does look like the Nexus is going to go down. His main base is quite vulnerable right now. Vikings and stuff could just fly in there, do tons of damage. Even the Hellions just running in there can do a lot of damage as well. Spawning the Zealots over here, going to be working on these back rocks, see if he can take this base for himself, maybe even try to secure this base. The Vikings are over here, the Blinks are getting used to try to take some of those out. Zeri is going to move up into the space. He's got a probe with him. Might be able to expand over here. He's got to focus on making those army units. His gateways are on cooldown right now, though. Not going to be continuing to produce some observers to help that vision on the map. However, he does just know that there's this huge spread over here. Even a planetary fortress. The Stalkers moving forward. Going to needlessly lose a couple. Not going to be committing to that attack at all. Does look like the Marines are going to be charging over here. The Blink being used is going to be denying those Marines any further advancing into this base. Colossus is going to be frying those away. It does look like we have 3-3. Is he working on those? Nope, not going to be working on the shields. He's still got idle probes over here. He needs to move those out. Vikings going to continue to scout back and forth. Me for the Win is just content to sit back and to maintain his siege line. He's going to build another command center and try to take this top base, I guess. He could probably take this base as well. He's also lost his natural expansion due to DTs. He's got these two tanks over here. Where are the DTs? Probably killed off by these two siege tanks. Does look like both players do not have their natural expansion. This is a very peculiar game here. The Colossus roasting away at a couple of Hellions over there. Vikings going to be scouting along this backside. No expansion over here for Zeri just yet. Let's take a look at the income tab. The harvester counts are quite even. However, Zeri just does not have as much income because of the mules and because he's only on one base. Me for the Win is advancing forward with his tanks. Zeri is deciding not to engage that. And the Vikings doing continual damage to those Colossus. Colossus are just running past them, not able to do the damage. The Blink Stalkers not able to do the damage. I mean, looks like the Siege Tanks are going to blast away a couple of Free Stalkers here, trying to take out those Vikings. Zeri is going to maintain his pulled back position. He's going to, I guess, try to max up and then just push out and see if he can break it. This command center deciding not to go on the high ground and is going to be backing up over here. Yeah. This expansion probably going to go unmined for the rest of the game if this keeps up. Same with this expansion, and neither player able to secure that expansion for their own. And there is a probe over here going to be trying to establish a base over here. We'll see if he decides to do that. And there goes the base, going to be throwing down the Nexus. I probably wouldn't throw down these two pylons just because he's already at max psi limit, and he doesn't have that many minerals left. He's even stopped mining the gas to help get himself more minerals. However, it's just super saturated, so it doesn't even matter. This one pylon here still sitting by the Xel'Naga watchtower. More Zealots being warped in right here. Zeri is approaching max. He's finally getting those shield upgrades up. Going to be building that Nexus up. A couple more Stalkers in the production queue. Me for the Win is basically max as well. Getting up a couple more Vikings. And is he going to transition into anything? Going to get some starports maybe? Doesn't look like it. Nothing in the production queue. Getting some extra starports to go battle cruiser. is what I meant. The Vikings going to be scouting over here. The blink being used, and the Vikings get got out of position, getting taken out by Zeri. Gonna smash that force very nice and easily. Zealots don't have charge. I would get that charge upgrade and maybe try to break the tank line, force the tanks to siege each other. Pause please, says me for the win. Yep, and since it's a replay, it's not gonna happen. Gonna be as BM as possible. Throwing down the gas at this expansion. Me for the win is starting to bank those minerals as he appears to be max. Zeri is just gonna be broke. My screen is flickering, but go. I don't care. Anyways, here comes a miner. Nope, no push yet. It looks like Zeri is just gonna continue to max up. Maybe get some more shield upgrades to bolster the army just a little bit. No upgrades for me for the win. Very interesting. Stargates coming up for me for the win. Starports also coming up for Starports coming up for me for the win, and Stargates coming up for the Protoss player. It does look like me for the win has isolated the main base. He can easily advance Marines in there and try to take that out, especially as Zeri appears max. Seashanks still in a great line. Zeri is going to have a very hard time busting out of here and doing a lot of damage. But however, if he can kill off all of these Seashanks, me for the win won't have anything and he'll just lose the game because Protoss can just replenish very quickly as long as he has the money to. 2 Stargates over here. We'll see if he decides to go carriers or if he decides to go Void Rays. Even so, this place is very well bunkered up. He's got bunkers, he's got Seashanks, he's got missile turrets. This is crazy, and there's more command centers going up here. I wonder where he's trying to put those. Maybe more planetary fortresses for the center. Make it very, very hard to break out. Looks like the Zealots still do not have charge. He needs to research that before trying to push out. Zealots over here starting to rain down the fire from the Seashanks. Viking doing some spotting action over here. Huge fleet of Vikings out on the field now. Gonna be landing them and advancing forward. Gonna be doing some damage to the Zealots. The Siege Blast gonna be killing off a Viking. Going to be using the Vikings to do some damage over here. Does look like the Stalker is advancing by himself. Zeri is gonna continue to pull back. He does have this expansion completely wide open. He's not mining from here at all. It looks like the Hellions killed them all once again, and I missed it, but it doesn't matter because there's not that much money left on this field. He can make some more probes over here. Not quite making use of those Stargates. Maybe use the Phoenix to pick up the Seashanks and try to take them out with his Blink Stalkers. Zeri's got a lot of options he can try, but does look like me for the win is starting to throw up Ghost Academies, Armories, more Vikings. Maybe do some battle cruiser action, please. Armories, two academies coming up. That does indicate nukes, so probably see some nukes to help break the positions here. The Hellions here, do we have kills on them? Not these Hellions, these guys are fresh Hellions. Oh, these Hellions got kills. 4, 5, and then 6. This expansion is wide open for the picking. Looks like the Hellions will be trapped, but not before they kill off a bunch of probes. Focusing down the probes, going to be roasting all of those away. Looks like Zeri is going to be advancing over here with his army. Going to be taking those Hellions out. Not going to be taking that much hull damage at all. This one Stalker could probably blink out, but it doesn't really matter. The Viking is going to be continuing to chew away at Zeri's main base. He's still got the Dark Shrine here. Maybe warp it, a Dark Templar to help deal with that. He's massing his army over here. Will he try to break this contain? We could wait another 5 years to find out. Still no charge on the Zealots. He's going to just push out like this. If he had charge, this would be so much better. The Zealots getting caught in the back, unable to do that much damage. And the Stalkers blinking forward, getting taken out. And the Colossi are just pickings for the Vikings. Vikings going to be picking themselves up and moving over here. There's a planetary fortress blocking the way. The Vikings picking off those Colossi. And the Seashanks unable to unsiege and reinforce. We'll see if Zeri is going to break out, taking that command center down. Taking the planetary fortress out, And Me for the Win is backing up over here. He's got Sea Shanks on the high ground. Here comes the push into this expansion. There's an extra orbital command. Bunch of starports over here. No capacity to make those battle cruisers yet. Force fields going down, going to be blocking the way. And the Vikings over here going to be taking out the Colossi. Colossi going down and the Sea Shanks sieging up. No more units for Zeri. Zeri is going to be dead broke, and the SCVs pulling off the line. Me for the Win is banking quite a bit of minerals, so it does not matter. The Vikings landing down. GG calls Zeri losing this next game. We'll see if he's able to make a comeback in game 4, or if Me for the Win is going to take it 3-1.